In this video, I'm going to explain why your child understands things at home but shuts down in group settings like school, and why pushing harder actually makes things worse for your child. As a teacher for over 10 years, this is a pattern I often see in my work with children and families, and it is frequently misunderstood. If this is our first time meeting, my name is Ms.Robinson. I have a master's degree in special education, and I've worked with hundreds of families and children to help parents understand why school is so hard for their child and what you can do as a parent to be more confident in talking to the school about the concerns that you are seeing at home and help you navigate the school system. So often I hear from parents, why does it seem like my child understands everything at home but struggles so much at school? And what you are noticing is that your child is shutting down in large groups. You hear it from the teacher, you observe it at the playground, you observe it in the grocery store. You are hearing from the teacher that they do not participate in class. You're noticing that they shut down when the room gets loud. Your child is coming home saying they don't understand, but they can't explain why they are not understanding anything the teacher is saying. And your child is feeling like school is so much. And you are also noticing they are no longer responding. The teacher is saying to you that they put their head down during work, and your child gets very quiet during class. You're noticing that in certain settings, your child is avoiding eye contact, maybe with you and your partner, maybe with other people. And overall, you are just seeing that your child is shutting down. This is so confusing to you because you're like, I know my child is smart. I know they are. So why do they shut down? Why do they talk nonstop at home but shut down at school? And you have every right to be concerned and frustrated about this. Your child's brain is juggling a lot at once, and it is too much happening at one time when it's a group setting, such as a classroom. Okay? There's the group pressure to perform. It is the sensory overload. Okay? There's a lot going on in the classroom. You have teachers, specialists coming in and out to pull different kids. You have a lot of other kids talking. You may have some behavior disruptions going on in the classroom, plus the teacher's trying to lead a lesson. And it's a lot for a lot of kids, and plus the social demand to perform. And so that can become overwhelming for your child. And I also like to note that just because a child is smart, it doesn't mean that they are able to perform in every environment. Once again, just because your child is smart doesn't mean that they can perform in every environment. And at school, they are expecting your child to work in large groups, whole class setting. Some classrooms have 25 kids, 30 kids in the classroom. Your child is to expected to filter out noise and movement. Again, there's kids moving from rotation from station to station inside of the classroom. There's specialists coming to pull out children for different groups, whether it's band, whether it's for speech. There is a lot of movement going on in the classroom. Your child also is expected to sit down and focus for periods of time, whether it's 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. And what your child is expected to do may not match where they are at for their cognitive level as far as how many minutes they are able to be seated. And your child is expected to be quiet or listen while others are talking. And for some kids, that can be cognitive overload and a lot to juggle at once. During class, your child may feel the pressure that they don't want to slow the group down with the extra time that they need to process about what the teacher just asked them. So they're feeling a lot of internal pressure to answer quickly so that they are not embarrassing themselves and so that they can speak up as quickly as some of their friends or classmates so that they don't get embarrassed. And they don't want to stand out that it may take them an extra 30 seconds or an extra minute to respond. And also, they don't want to look confused. Who wants to look confused when the teacher calls on them and they're still thinking about what happened 5 minutes ago and their brain is trying to catch up? That is not fun. And it's definitely embarrassing for some kids to look confused and baffled in front of their friends. Right now, as a parent, it may look like your child is not trying. It may look like your child is distracted. And it may look like that they do not know the material, that they're lazy, and they are overall just avoiding classwork, avoiding participating. But there's much more to the story than lazy and them avoiding the classwork or participating. This is why the right support matters. When kids are given a smaller group setting, the demand on their brain changes. Okay, I'm going to say that again. When kids are given a smaller group setting, the demand on their brain changes. They are not cognitively juggling as much because it reduces their anxiety when they work in smaller groups. There is less to juggle at once, which reduces the overload that they are experiencing. When your child starts working in small groups or smaller groups, you will start to notice the pressure. Their child actually will start to notice the pressure that they're feeling decreases, and they just do not feel watched and just they do not feel watched in the same way as working with 30 kids where they feel all 30 eyes are on them at one time. At home, what you can do is try working with your child at a slower pace. And what I mean by working at a slower pace for your child is that you are slowing down. You are putting your child in an environment where there is less noise, focusing on one thing at a time, and you're not hovering over your child. You are not standing next to your child. You are being in earshot of your child where they could easily get your attention or call your name. When you slow things down, you can start to see why your child is reacting in certain environments. As you observe your child, I want you to ask yourself, are they asking for your help? Are they trying to get your attention? Are they showing big feelings? Or are they trying to escape work? I really want you to observe your child. Once you are able to see if they're trying to escape, get attention. When I say escape, are they trying to get away from doing the math work? Are they trying to get away from doing the reading? Are they crying? Are they frustrated? Are tears rolling down their face? Are uh, legs and arms kicking in the air? Exactly what is it? And once you're able to identify that, then you're able to develop a plan. So I want you to share your observations with the school system. I want you to share with the school system, with your child's teacher. Is your child crying? Is your child escaping work? I want you to, if you see these recommendations, I want you to make these recommendations to your child's teacher so they can start incorporating them into how your child learns best. And for parents who already have an IEP, noticing how your child works at home and sharing that with the school can make meetings feel less stressful. and it can help you be more confident walking into the school system because you have some observations to share your child. So that is why I created the IEP Parent Prep Kit to help you walk into IEP meetings more confident. I've linked below a low-cost IEP Parent Prep Kit below that shows you how to organize what you're seeing and how to talk about it clearly with your child's school and their teacher. And it includes over 40 plus questions, so you don't have to think of those, and different emails you can write to the school to make sure that you are proactive instead of reactive.